Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're good. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. It helps us a lot. And also remember to smash the like button on all the videos here. And yeah, share with everybody that loves to learn about email marketing. So without wasting much time, today what I'm going to be doing is actually coming in here and discussing email development challenges. Yeah, I'm just literally scribbling. All right, so cool. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be talking about today. Email development challenges. Put that on a new layer. Everything that I'm gonna write so it doesn't mess up the actual artwork. So, okay, let's talk about problems and challenges, and you feel free as well in the comment section to let me know what you think and what approaches you might consider best. So in front of me, if I do command minus and space bar to sort of like center things in here, okay, you'll see I've got 3 designs. Beautiful looking, nice color balance. Things are working out great for each of the campaigns. So for example, if I actually do this, maybe do this, put a layer here, maybe name it block, and then put the one above it and call it doodle. All right, let's do something like that. So basically what you will find is if I were to cover this whole bit here, okay, and maybe I need to change the colors around. All right, make it blue. Blue is already included in the design on the left to be a bit confusing. All right, let's make it that color. So, and I'm gonna lock this layer, and I'm actually going to write on top of it. So yeah, let's just do it that way. So actually I'm gonna write with white. How about that? Okay, so you see here this design that we got going on. I consider this to be a good design in terms of like is it going to be difficult for us to build? Yes or no? I'd say this is a good build. This should be fine. If you want to make it responsive, what you would need to do is, for example, if I push B on the keyboard and get the brush tool so that I can draw and write. So basically this section here, okay, the 3-section column, okay, is going to be, because you got the 3-section looking like image, a heading, and a bit of copy underneath that image here, yeah, and then that repeats 3 times, okay, heading and a bit of copy, okay, and then that repeats again, okay, heading and a bit of copy. All right, so okay, this would be your desktop view. And so what would happen is we want to factor in how it's going to look on mobile. Okay, mobile. All right, so how it's going to look on mobile. Okay, so on mobile, what we wanted to do is these 3 need to kind of stack underneath one another, so it would kind of look like image, okay, and then heading, and then your copy underneath that, okay, and then this would be your number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, that wasn't even 3. Number 3. Okay, so this would be your number 1, and then your number 2 you kind of expect it to come here, head in, and a bit of copy. Okay, so this would be number 2, and number 3 would come like this, your head in and a bit of copy. So what does this mean? So this means you're creating a responsive email. Ooh, okay. Something like that. Okay, responsive email. Okay, so you go in with one look for desktop. okay, and then another look for mobile. So these people, for example, on here, these people would be your iPhone, your Gmail users, your Android. You get, yeah, you get the idea. So, and then here it would be people like your Outlook, you know, Gmail for desktop, all that stuff. Who else you got? Your Yahoo people, you know, and so on. So, all your tablet people that come on tablets as well. Okay. So, like the iPads and stuff like that. So basically, because ideally what you want to do is when the screen width is big enough, I'm going to undo this. When the screen width is big enough, yeah, you want the content to be laid out, distributed across, okay, and use all the space so that information can be big and not squished. And then when screen sizes are as small as, for example, if I go top here, this is probably not going to work very well because I'm not in Illustrator, but yeah, let's do this. Yeah, it's going to be pixelated. Let me make it smaller. So for desktop, because you've got like, say for example, this massive, let's say 1024 width, and then on mobile, you've got a width of something like, let's just say 320. So you can see that things can be laid across like this, 3 in a row, and then here they kind of have to sort of stack. That's what I mean. And doing that helps the content to be, you know, easily readable, and things are not pixelated, things are not squished. All right, so having done that, get rid of that block. All right, so okay, what else? So yeah, you need to consider this bit to be responsive. And this bit here, what would you do to this whole hero section, the banner top section? Two ways to do it. If there wasn't this button splitting in the middle, like the CTA, okay, if the button wasn't there, basically what we would have done is had a 2-column layout. So split the layout in the middle, and then here you'd have the image, okay, and then here you'd have the text. Okay, okay, what was that? This is so gonna be difficult to write because I'm not zoomed in. Let's go again. Something like that. All right, so you got the text and you got the image on that side. And so basically what you're saying is, okay, look, I don't have this button, so I will do a proper split of the layout. And what will happen on mobile is same thing that we're discussing here. You'd expect the blue bit here, the text, to go under and stack. So on mobile, you'd not have it sitting like this. On mobile, it would look like image, and then the text would be underneath. Okay, the text and the image. Okay, so the text and the image would stack like this, and on desktop, they'll be looking like this. However, what's happening now is we have a button, so this button stops us from being able to actually do it properly. So what you then have to consider, and maybe make the graphic designers aware, or people, campaign manager and all that, just tell them that basically this button stops them from actually, you know, creating the sections properly. So unless you want the button to be sitting outside of the design, that's fine as well. But if the button is going to be a part of the design, then what you'd have to do is create, let me come back here. So so this would be, where's my brush, make it bigger. So this is one. Okay, one. Okay, this is two. Okay, and now this is going to be three. Okay, so what am I saying? One is how it looks on desktop. Two is how it's going to be looking on mobile, because they stack, you know, the sections will stack. Three is essentially what is option number three, because the button is now been added. So what this means is that you just have a one whole image. So this is just one block. Okay, just one block, and no splitting this thing in the middle. Okay, it's just literally one whole image, and then how it looks on mobile is the image will have a percentage with like 100%, and so basically on mobile it kind of scales in, so it'll kind of like scale in. Okay, so nothing stacks. So that's one way of tackling that bit there. So yeah, that is for that one. Let's take a look at this block thing that I locked. Okay, maybe get rid of it totally. Get another one. Okay, do this. Okay, do that just to hide it. Maybe not. Okay, let's go with greenish. Okay, and then we're gonna not do that. Alt. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. I hope that's not too hard on the eyes to see. And I'm gonna color pick. Why don't I be color picking sometimes? Ooh. Okay, so yeah, so basically focusing on the one in the middle, I'm gonna lock this layer right on top of it on a new layer. So something like that. Okay, so I can, clean this up because I don't need this anymore, to be honest. So right, let's doodle on this layer. Right, so now what's the problems with this? Problem number one is this section here. Oh, and the color is matching that. It's difficult to see. All right, so problem number one is this section here. Why? It's because this image, okay, all right there, that whole image with the girl and stuff, nice image, but the problem now is this box. Okay, yeah, doing a great job here of colors. So this box basically is the problem because it's sitting within this image, and so either you make it part of this image and slice it up there, and then have some sort of section here that is centered, but then that gets messy. Okay, so what do we say? What do we do here? Ideally, this design for me is just going to be a problem because you've got two colors here that are blended into each other, and on top of the two colors you also have a box thing here. This is a problem for different email clients, and different mobile devices. The way stuff will be rendered will be a problem. So yeah, if I was gonna do it, I'll mention that point, and then I'd have to, this one would just have to be maybe all the way up to here. We just have to be like one image. Yeah, just one image basically. Okay, cut it up to somewhere there. So yeah, it would just have to be one image. Okay, and then having said that as well, this part of the design. I looked at it and it's kind of tricky. You can't really, like the way the images are merging here, and the way you got this text, that text, yeah, to do it properly you'd have to use some sort of like slicing where you've got this little chunk and then some sort of slicing of this image like this with that little white of the shoes, this bit here, part of this image, and then that all of that will eventually look messy when it goes responsive. So my take on this would be slice this as an image, this whole thing, just plunk it in as 100% pixel image, and that should do the job. Okay, I'm gonna delete this and the colors. What else we got? I can't delete it. Okay, another layer, another layer. Okay, so obviously that leaves us with this design. This is actually my favorite design. And Alt. Okay, I'm gonna lock this layer, and it is on top, so I gotta move this up. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is change the pen to that. Command D, zoom in. This is actually sort of like the best design for me as well, because it's kind of like well distributed. Things are working perfectly. So for example, if you wanted to make this into this bit here, okay, if you wanted to make that, this part here, into its own image, you could slice from about there, maybe not touching the title. Yeah, you can slice it from somewhere there in the middle and just get this image. Okay, and then this part here you can make it live text if you didn't want to make it an image. Okay, so that would work fine. And then here you've got your little okay, I see what's going on. So maybe on this one you got a little, you know, divide here. So basically you can have a left section and a right section. Okay, and that will work fine. And then here you can just have the two images, one under the other. That's fine. And then this one will be the image on the right. And then here you got your two column, nicely distributed. You got your social icons at the bottom and the terms and conditions bit at the bottom. Okay, so and then the company logo can go there. This is a good design. This is one of the more preferred. Like I would say this is perfect in terms of if you want to cater for a lot of email clients. Good, nice little design. And the other things you can do is you can use some sort of JavaScript or some AMP script or something like that to say, for example, bring a dynamic number here. So 50, if for a different customer the 50 is a 60%, then you can actually use AMP script so that every customer gets something dynamic here. I mean, you can use AMP script for anything. Even the text here can be controlled by AMP script depending on what's in the DE in the database. I've built a campaign where even the images were using some sort of AMP script, so you could generate a different image for each person. So you could do a lot of stuff. But having said that, yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite. I might be tempted to build it here on the YouTube channel. So yeah, stay tuned. Definitely hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't, make sure you watch the course. It'll definitely give you some tips in there. Absolutely crammed it with valuable stuff. So yeah, you don't want to miss that one. But yeah, this was my design breakdown. I think I should call it that, design breakdown. Yeah, so this was my design breakdown. It's sort of like what you do as an email developer. Literally, you just look at what's been given to you. Will it work? Will it not? Because the people that are designing the emails are graphic designers, so they might not have the entire knowledge of like how things render in different email clients. So when you receive a design, you kind of have to critically look at it first before you start coding. Go back to the designers if there's a problem, and if there's not a problem, just carry on building. So I hope you enjoyed this one, And as always, I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, hope you're having a good day. I got some good news. The course is now available. Click the link below to get full access. And if you're new, consider subscribing.